Get the slideshow. We're recording now?
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fundamentals of Real Estate, week 2. Hello, everybody online. We talked about last week. We talked about some just getting started, nuts and bolts stuff. We're going to get more into some of the practical things as far as like writing contracts, working with buyers, all that kind of stuff as we go along. We're laying the foundation right now. Again, you want to set yourself apart as a real estate agent by being excellent in what you do. You want to create a what I call the ultimate experience, meaning that that person walked away from that transaction feeling like that you did a great job for them, and they're willing and wanting to refer other people to you. Right there, and when they have their next real estate transaction, they're going to call you back because they have such a great experience with you. And that comes through knowledge, and that comes through understanding what your client needs and being able to be an expert for them. So, because buying a home can, and especially if this is their first time, can be a little bit of a daunting task. It can be stressful, but the more that you educate them, the more that you will tell them and explain to them things, the more at ease people will be, and it'll be a less stressful type of situation. And if you create an ultimate experience for them, again, that creates less stress for them. So again, we talked about some of the basics. Again, we want to take a professional photo when we're getting started. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to use that for. Use it for your business cards. Use it for online posting. Use it for flyers. You're going to use it in your CRLMS. When you log into that, you're going to create a profile in there. There are a lot of stuff that you will get to use that photo. So make sure that you get that done. That's really important. So again, you want to create an email address, a unique one to you and to the real estate business. So I put an example, Joe Realtor at Gmail. Mindy suggested, and it's Gmail. Gmail is a pretty good one to do. Put your name in there. Put somehow that you're in the real estate business, working and be creative. And then business cards. One of the things we have a referral here is her name's Tran. You got her information there. If she's not available, you can do it online. This is not just the only source for business cards. Go on, you can Vista print. You can do all kinds of stuff. So all that stuff's available. So just check it out. And that's that. Okay. Want to get your membership? Okay, so your membership is crucial to you being able to function as a real estate agent. So there's different boards that you can go to. We've got most popular around here, and mostly everybody here uses OCAR. They're over on Talbert. So you have to pay for the dues there. Okay. They'll prorate it because we're towards the end of the year. But then starting in January, you'll have to pay the full yearly fee. You can pay monthly as well. They have that option. The other one specific is I'm familiar with. These other two, not too familiar with. I would suggest either one of these two. And you want to stay in the local area, unless you're going to primarily do all your business in San Diego or in LA. Maybe you want to explore those, but mostly just with these two. So you'll get coverage for all that. Okay, so we talked about setting goals. Just as a recap, we have to have our destination, right? We need to know where we're going, what we want to accomplish with our real estate goals. Because you are in essence self-employed. You have to have your self-motivation. You have to drive yourself to where you want to go with your real estate career, right? How much money do you want to make? Think about that, right? In that sense. Why are you a real estate agent? Okay. Number one is to make money, right? Is the primary thing because it's good money. But also, what's the other motivating factor?
People.
Yeah. Right. So if you want to help people, you want you love looking at houses, you love those type of things, but what's going to drive you to keep going, right? Because sometimes this business can get really hard. It can get a little difficult at times, and you can be frustrated at times, but you have to be able to keep going. You have to be able to keep going, right? So it's just like anything. You have to have some motivation. So your goal would be your motivation. I suggested you write down your goal and put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day, whether it be on the bathroom mirror, whether it be on the refrigerator, whatever, in your office, wherever you would look at it. I suggest that you write it down, because when you see it, then it motivates you. Oh, that's my goal. What am I doing to get to my goal? So just like we talked about earlier, someone said that El Pollo Loco was their favorite restaurant. Um,
Are they good?
they're good. I don't know about my favorite, but they're good. But however, if you want to go to Pollo Loco and you don't know where it is, Lonnie,
GPS?
you're gonna punch it into your phone more than likely.
Yes.
You can use GPS, and so that's your destination. So your goal would be what you want to do. So whether it be by the end of the year, one transition if you're new, if you're experienced and you have an established client base already, maybe you want to do 3 or 4 more transactions, but whatever it is, right? So make it so you have something to shoot
Set
for.
up the goal.
But you have something to shoot for, right? So along when we're talking about the GPS, the actions that you take are like the directions that you get.
Yeah.
So my destinations on Pollo Loco, my destination is one transaction before the end of the year, before 2025 gets out. What am I gonna do to get
And I
to?
made it.
What am I gonna
Try
get there?
to
I'm gonna
make
turn
the-
here. I'm gonna turn here. And I'm gonna turn right. I'm gonna turn left and get to Pollo Loco. Or I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build my database. I'm gonna call a bunch of people. I'm gonna send out flyers. Whatever it is that gets you to your goal, you need to exercise it, right? So I always love this. It says, if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you arrive? Right? If you don't know where you're going, how many of you ever had the situation we got a bunch of people together say, let's go get something to eat? Okay, what do you want to eat? What do you want to eat? And nobody can decide, right? So you can't choose a destination. It makes it for hungry people and get hangry. So we don't want to end up with that. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. Okay. So you have to have some kind of plan. Again, you're setting realistic goals. And then you can look at this again. So now you know where you're going. You want to build your client base, your database. Again, use in your phone. You probably have, some people have, you have 500. I think last time you said you had about 500. How many do you have? You have 1,000?
Two.
200. Okay, 2,000.
2,000
So
contact?
yeah. So how many contacts do you think you have in your phone?
Actually, I do have almost 10,000.
She's got,
Privilege for the last many years.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great.
For 30 years.
That's great. So she has a database of just over the years, she's collected not 10,000 people she can send a text to and say, hey.
I separate.
Yeah, so she can separate them, but
Separate to sell.
when you're first getting started, you can text everybody, hey, I'm doing real estate. You know anybody that's looking to sell
Yeah.
or buy a home, just hit me up. And then you create a separate data. I really recommend creating a second. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can start out in an Excel spreadsheet and then later on maybe switch it over to a CRM if you want to. But again, you got to get, that's part of the directions. That's the first turn, right? So to speak, to get to El Pollo Loco. So all these things, they're basic things that you can do to get started, right? With what you have in your hand. Talk to 5 people. Okay, try to talk to 5 people about real estate every day. We talked about some of the things as icebreakers for you women. You could say, "Hey, Lonnie, those are amazing shoes. Where did you get those?" And start a conversation with any, or a purse or a dress, guys. Whatever it is in the gym. If you're a sports fan, hey, did you see the Rams game last night? If they have a lot of people wear gear around, the Dodger gear or some Dodgers are in the playoffs. You know what else? You see somebody with a Dodger shirt. If you're a Dodger fan, hey, how about them Dodgers? And start talking, right? So however it is that if that's not comfortable for you, you have to get comfortable doing that, right?
Find something.
You have to be able to talk to people, because that's what your job's about, is talking to people. That's what sales is about, right? Being able to talk to people. But it's not about just that sale, right? It's not just about the dollar sign. It's about building the relationships, right? So emails, text. Hey, and it doesn't have to be anything. And once they've established that you're a real estate agent, hey, happy birthday. You write down their birthday, happy birthday. How are the kids? just something personal, right? Or just touching base with you. Hey, what's good? You haven't talked to somebody in a while. Hey, I just want to talk to you and say hello. I'm not trying to get business. And people will just staying in front of people. So all those things are available. We're not going to talk about this again. Defining your personal brand, you are your own brand, right? So you have to brand yourself. So people have to get to the point where they trust you with sometimes $1 million plus transaction, right? So people have to trust. It's about connecting with people, about connecting people. So the more touches and the more things that you do out there, puts your name out there more. Okay. So we'll go through that again. Strategy, you gotta be strategic in what you do and how you market. You can't just throw what they call, have you ever heard the expression, you throw things against the wall, see what sticks, right? You can't just do that. You have to have some kind of strategy. It has to be something that you can measure, because I want to know if I place an ad on LinkedIn or Facebook, did I get any response? If not, why? So I need to change the format I need to change my ad, the way it looks, the wording. I tried that several different times. It doesn't work. Then I need to move on something else. But we talked about having many avenues, many arms, like an octopus, many tentacles out there. See what works, right? So after a while, you start focusing on the one that works, and then the ones that don't work at all, you eliminate those and try other ones. Okay, so you keep going. So we talked about all the different social media sites that you can do. You can print leads, do all this stuff. Okay, all this stuff, hold open houses, farm area, we talked about all that. So, okay, so let's get to some of the things that you're going to need. Okay, so once you have your I was going to say your credit card, your business card, it's got your email, your phone number, you've created that, you got your picture, you've got your CRLMS membership engaged and paid for. So these are some of the things that you are going to need as far as moving forward, some of the tools. Okay, again, your CRLMS, it comes with the membership, so you get access to the software. Okay, so in the software, it's called the Matrix, and we'll go over that later. And a different class called the Matrix, and you can do searches for all kinds of properties. You can set up if you have a client that you're working with and you've identified the type of property they want, you can set up an auto email so that you don't have to search every day. It'll just, you set it up, it's automatic. If any properties come on the market that have that criteria that you spelled out, it'll send out an email automatically. You post if you have a listing, that's where you're going to post your listing. Okay, so there's other software that's available to you, and I'm only giving you a partial list. So RPR, okay, Realtors Property Resources, you can use for comps and doing listing presentations. You've got Realist, and we'll go into detail on some of these a little bit more. You've got Realist, which is you get property data. So they just recently changed that. So they put a lot of detail into it. Schools, area, just data about the demographics in the area that you can also find out the owner of properties. Okay, InfoSparks. InfoSparks, we use this quite a bit to see the data that's going on in the market. So you want to be part of creating an ultimate experience is being an expert, right? So you want to have the data. So go to InfoSparks, and when you log into CRLMS, it'll come up, and I'll show you that later. There's also some other things. If you want to work with rentals, there's what's called rent free. There's new builds, there's down payments, there's other things available inside there. But these are some of the ones that are frequently used. Okay. So I use these pretty much on a daily basis. Oh, sorry, the other ones I don't use so much, but you can look. Okay, Supra. Okay, Supra is where it's where they keep the keys when you're showing houses and you want to get into the house, you want to get the keys, they'll put it into Supra. I will show you, I'm going to bring in a Supra in one of the next classes, and I'll show you how it works, how you open it. So we'll look at that. It comes with your membership. It does have a $16 cost every month. And so that's something you have to be aware of. And you can open lock boxes. There's also, didn't put it on here, but there's also a coded box as well. Code box. Combination box. So those you can get those as well. Zip forms, it comes with again, it comes with your membership. And zip forms is every real estate document that you're ever going to need. Okay, it's all been legalized and lawyers have looked it over and done everything with it. So, it's already kind of set for you. So I have to use it. It's where you make offers, where you make listing agreements, those type of things. Okay, so some other things. You want to load these apps because they also have apps for them. So on your phone, you're going to want to load them. Okay, so go into your app store or your Play Store, and you need to crlms.com. You need to download it. So when you have your membership, you can log in. Okay, so then you can upload separately RPR if you want, and the realist and the info price. I suggest that you use those on a computer. It's better, but if you want quick data, so you can also, if you're out on the field and you meet somebody or you're showing a client and they want to see another house, you can look up houses and see if you see if it's available for showing and contact the agent. And we'll talk about that as well a little bit. Cam Scanner. Everybody should go on their app Play Store and download Cam Scanner. It is a app that enables you to basically, with the camera on your phone, take pictures of documents that turns it into a PDF. So it's like having a scanner. It's a great tool. Easy to use. No, it's not part of the membership. No. It's separate. These are stuff that, so you get scans documents to PDF. So you can take a pile of documents that you have from your borrower, and you can click, 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 flip, and you have a PDF document that you can send to whoever you need to send it to. Okay. Savvy Card or Blink. Okay, Savvy Card is part of your membership. It's in there. Either one of them. Blink is free as well. So it is it's your digital business card. Okay, we'll look at that later. Yeah. So digital business card. Okay. So I use Blink personally. It has a lot of neat features that stuff you can do with it. You just have to play with it. But Blink I use personally, and it's great because hey, what's your phone number? And I text people my business card. Goes right to their text. Okay. So then it gets added to their contacts. Okay, there's different things you can do with it as well. So, okay, the other one we suggest it's called L Touch or Fidelity Agent One. Basically it's title apps. You can have calculators on there, and they have property profiles, so you can look at history of ownership, mortgage, those type of things. See what's going on with the property. See if the property is free and clear. See if they have a lien on it. Those type of things. So what you want to do is we have a title agency, a title that comes lunch with Mindy. Okay, his name's Ricky Lee. He comes in and you can ask him, or if you see Chris Doe around here with Fidelity Agent One, you can ask them and they'll help you load them on your phone. But I'd suggest you have all these apps on your phone. Okay, you will need an app for Supra once you get it. Comes with the membership. Can't get it without the membership. Zip forms on your phone. Yeah, but it's really hard to write contracts on your phone. So I would make sure you had a laptop, so you can laptop or a computer. Cam Scanner definitely on your phone. Definitely want to be able to do that. And the Savvy Card or the Blink, definitely for sure. Okay, and the Fidelity one or the LT Touch. You want those so you can look at calculators and do all kinds of stuff. So highly recommend. You're going to need all this. Okay, going to need all this to do your job, and we'll get more into some of these as we go along in the class. But I'm just making you aware. So make sure you're downloading these things and putting them on your phone. And actually, you have to go and play with them as well. Become familiar with them so you know how to use them when you need them. So, all right. So next, you're going to need some more tools. Okay. So open house signs. So I brought some here. So this is my open house sign, right? And then I got one of my partners down the hall, Chow. So open house signs. You have to be very careful with these. Okay, so you have to be careful when you have your name and your phone number. It also has to have your DRE number. Has to have HPT. Okay. And you have to have anything that's considered a first point of contact for real estate. I've seen people that don't have all these things on there and they've gotten fined. Okay, you could get fined for not having this on there correctly. Anything that's a first point of contact that you're gonna put your contact information, first point of contact has to have all these elements, HPT, all this stuff, okay?
Thanks.
You know, I have few all my, like direction, open house.
Okay, we'll talk about that. Let's table that for now. So, okay, so you wanna get at least 10 of these. The place that we have here is we have a place on Moran, which is literally 2 minutes from here, called T Sign. You can call them. Otherwise you can look at other places. They might sell them. We bought these for $25 a piece. They come with a stand that you stick in the ground and you put it right in there. Okay. I highly recommend when you do this, when you're transporting these things, because they're just like a cardboard,
Like,
is pull the don't store them in your vehicle with the post in it, because these things will get enlarged and rip and they won't work anymore. So always separate them. I always do. So I highly recommend that. Okay, so one of the things that the DRE recently said that you can have a directional sign like this, which is, it doesn't have any information, but this is perfectly legal. Okay,
okay, that's what I.
Yeah. It's perfectly legal. So there's also some other things you can get. You can get flags for putting in front of the house, so people draw attention. You can also buy open house banners, which you stick in the ground, and it's about usually 7 to 9 feet tall, and it says open house, so you can put it and draw attention to your open house. So those are some of the things that you'll need. You also this is a little bit different. This is a for sale sign. Okay, so it's a little bit stronger. This one you have to buy a post with it. So when you get that listing, you can hang this in front of the house for sale. They come in all different sizes and shapes and colors and stuff like that, but you want to try to stay with the HPT. Okay. All right. And there's other signs that you can get that once you have it in escrow, you can put it on top of your sign. You can get all kinds of different signs. You can shop at online for those, or you can go to the CRLMS store, which is in Fountain Valley. They have open house signs. They have, but not the custom ones, but the directional ones. They have the flags. They have
Boxes.
all kinds of boxes to put your flyers
In escrow or.
in escrow. Come inside. Hey, we just sold this one. We can sell yours too.
It's cultured inside.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can buy at that store, so you go check it out. Okay, so we've got those things. We've also got key boxes. Okay, so we talked about this already. The Supra or the combo box. Okay, so I'm gonna bring one of my Supras in, maybe not next week, but the week following. At least one of the following weeks, we'll bring it in. I'll show you how it works, how to open it. Or a combo box. I don't have any combo boxes, but you'll see them. Basically, it's just a little box, and it's got 4 dialing numbers. You can put it in. You get the code from the listing agent. You put it in and pop it open, so you can use either one. Okay.
We better to use Supra better.
Yeah, because you can
You
track.
can
see.
control people who in and
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Supra.
The
So
other one, the combo, some agents steal it. That's it.
Well,
the combo box.
They have to call you.
Before they steal a lot.
I mean, they have to call you to get the number.
It seems to be an issue now. Again, being an agent,
When they like the house, they steal the key.
being an agent with integrity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had it where with these open house signs. I had an agent that hired a homeless person to go steal a competitor signs and paid him $5 a sign. Just recently, up until recently, I'd never lost an open house sign. Because and I'll show you how to do it and how to market. But I went to an open house over here in Garden Grove, and 4 of my signs got stolen.
I got a 15th so.
Yeah. So again, you have to be a person of integrity and not do that, and then also if you really like the house and I want to limit the amount of people that can get in, don't take the keys. Don't do that.
No, I told.
Yeah, just don't do that.
We don't take a key.
Yeah.
We have to be an ethical, high class agent.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is with integrity, you have to be in this business, right? Because your reputation
Yeah,
will get out there. Other agents will figure out who you are and
Yeah.
how you work.
yeah,
And
backlist,
when it comes to dealing with, okay, do I want to accept her offer?
no,
Oh, she's really difficult to work with, doesn't know what she's doing. Then I'm like, oh, I have this other agent who
Must
got
be.
everything I needed, is pleasant to work with, and seems to know what they're doing. I'm gonna work. It's human nature, right? It's not
Yeah.
supposed to work like that, but it's
Yeah.
human nature. I mean, if you hear that, you should call them out. But again, it's human nature for people to try to do things, shortcut things to get to where they want to go, right? To be in a place, and we can't be like that. Your reputation in this business, it's a small business. It's a small business.
Small.
Is
You
it?
do it too bad.
It's a small business. I've been in lending since 2000, like 4 or 5, something like that. And I just had some people that I worked with 10 years ago call me yesterday, and it's like, full circle, right? They work for a lender now, so they wanted to see if I'll get a business. But again, it's reputation.
Yeah, reputation.
So they call me because they know that I'm good reputation. There's certain people I won't work with because there's horrible to work. Some agents you work with, you'll run into them again. I've run into agents multiple times, and some of them are pleasant. I think the greatest compliment was when a listing agent, we sold a condo in Anaheim, and the listing agent came back and said, "Man, I really hope I get to work with you guys again because you guys were fantastic." And just to be able to hear that is, I mean, it's a good thing, right? Because
Very good thing.
the next time I have a client, right, and I want to introduce maybe to that same listing agent, like, oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, let's go. So there's as listing agents, their biggest worry is getting somebody into contract
Mhm.
and having it fall out, right? And having to start all over again. So the owners of the property lose confidence in you,
Yeah.
right? So then the having to start over again. So being able to,
Trying to be the best agent, be good
Yeah.
behavior.
right? So if your reputation's out there that, hey, if you get into contract with them, they're gonna close, right? That speaks volumes. Your reputation is important out there. Again, if you think that if people won't notice, they do. And people remember.
Do.
And they remember the negative more than the positive, unfortunately. So to continue to stay in that frame of positivity and creating a positive. And also when you're positive things come back to you. And you guys all know this, right? I'm just kind of giving you the kind of reminder. When somebody's super negative, do you really want to spend time with them? You really don't, right? Or you ever had a conversation with somebody really negative, and by the time you're done, you feel like you've run a marathon. You're exhausted because they're just it drains you, and people will pick up on that. People will. Whether you project that out with your words, people will know it. It'll project that you're a negative person, right? So it's important that that you stay positive out there, that your conversations are positive, that your interactions are positive, they're done with integrity. I can't express, I mean, even how important it is to do things with integrity. Even though it may be difficult to do so. Basically, the definition of character is doing what you're supposed to do, even when nobody's looking. And I'm gonna say that again, doing what you're supposed to do, even when nobody's looking. All right, so that's your true character. So are you cutting corners? Are you trying to, don't do that, right? Because people will pick it up. So even if you're working with a
Why
seller,
they remember negative.
yeah.
Just like I list the house before, and I have one very bad agent,
Mhm.
And then last time when I list, he sent me the offer. I told him, "Hey, Paul, remember me? I'm Lani." And last time we have a very bad job. Promise me this time you do good offer
Yeah.
and write paper.
Yeah.
I tell him
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes, I mean, it's important that you're in these classes and learning what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're submitting the wrong things, if you're not doing things the right way, just because you're in a hurry or because you want to cut corners and you just want to do it your way.
Remember.
There's doing it your way and then doing it the right way. So everybody has their own way of doing things, but making sure that you're doing things the right way, because I've talked to a lot of agents and they complain, hey, this agent did this and this and this, or I didn't look at this offer because wasn't complete, it wasn't correct, it didn't have all the things I needed. So we'll talk about that at length, how to make an offer, what's required. The listing agent, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, puts it right on their listing, what they want in an offer. And if you only have 2 of the 3 things that they're asking for, you're just doing
You and that,
Waste of time.
you're just doing your own thing. So it's not the right way. So it's not with integrity. So again, those things are all so important. The little things in this business make up a big thing. They make up the little details make a big difference. And so it's important that you learn not only how to do the business, how to conduct yourself.
how to behave
Yeah.
as a realtor.
Yeah, absolutely. Stealing other people's signs, hiring a homeless person, those type of things, just,
Can do.
kicking them over when you're going to put your sign up
That,
and kicking yours over, pushing,
Because most of the people right now, they have a camera, they
Yeah.
see it.
So doing those type of things, just don't do them. Just don't engage in them. As a matter of fact, what I do, if I'm putting up my signs and I notice another agent's sign fell down, I pick it up and put it in for 'em, right?
yeah.
Especially if it's in the same area, because that means
You know.
more traffic is going towards that, right? So again, what would I want done for me, right? If my sign falls down and I would love for another agent, if they saw it, to pick it up and put it in the ground for me, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right? It's just common good. It's a tough business already. The people that you work with, you need to collaborate with them. Right? Again, will someone ever notice that you picked up that? Maybe not. Maybe not. But who knows? Somebody could be sitting at the
Maybe
stoplight.
not, but maybe some other people, they will respect you.
But think about this. Let's say somebody's sitting at the stoplight that's heading towards your open house, and they see you putting your sign in, they see the other one knocked down, and you pick it up, and they go, "Wow,
That's a good
that's a
person.
good person. I want to go work with
Good
them."
practice.
You never know who's watching, right?
It's try
So
to people like whatever way, even nobody see.
Yeah.
Try the best.
you shouldn't do things to be seen.
Yeah.
You should just do them because it's the right thing to do, right? That's integrity, that's character, and
Yeah.
those will take you a long way too, as well. It's not just about making that dollar, but it's about doing the right thing.
Attitude.
Yeah. So even California Association of Realtors requires us to have a ethics.
They're working hard to
Every-
clean it out.
Every couple of years ago, we have to do an ethics
Yeah.
course. We had to do, I think it's every 2 or 3 years, you have to do an ethics course. You have to go online and they talk about integrity, talk about doing the right thing. Again, is your reputation worth that one transaction that you cheat on to get whatever you do? Is it worth it?
Next time they remember you.
Yeah. So again, be excellent in what you do. I think that's the biggest. I think a lot of agents are not excellent in what they do, and that's where transactions take longer than they should. Transactions are tough because they're not excellent. Do things with excellence. It'll carry you through. It'll be noticed by whether you realize it or not, right? So when I have someone make an offer on my listing and it comes in, it's complete, I'm like, that's great, right? We put it specifically what we were asking for. They gave us what we wanted, and it went smooth, right? So I looked at that objectively instead of that person doesn't really know what they're doing. So in the mind of a listing agent, if you're making an offer and you're not putting in what you're supposed to do, let's say they ask for 3 things. They want an offer letter, of course, proof of funds, and a pre-qualification. And you send in you put on your offer that they're going to put 300,000 down, and you send them a bank statement with 30,000 in it, and you don't send them a pre-qual letter. What's the listing agent gonna think immediately?
Bogus offer.
Not bogus offer. This agent doesn't know what they're doing. So if we choose them to get in contact with them, are they gonna be able to get this deal closed?
So how to work with somebody don't know what to do.
Right. It makes it infinitely more difficult. So this is why you're in this class, is because you want to learn exactly what you're supposed to do. So again, it's important, I can't stress that enough, to do things correctly. Slow down if you have to, and make sure you do it right. Because it's sometimes hard to undo.
Yeah.
You only have one chance for a
Yeah,
first
one
impression,
chance, yeah.
Yeah.
right? So even like, for example, I'm working with if I said her name, she's big and popular around here. She's got a lot of listings, especially in the Fountain Valley area. Very
LC,
her
Okay, about Lily Campbell. No,
no.
can you show LC?
Somebody else.
No, I'm not gonna, no, not like that. But I know that this person's been traditionally difficult, and I've dealt with them in the past, right? And they try to do the wrong thing,
Oh,
okay? Especially with a client I was working with, they just put him in a horrible situation, and I told the guy to back out, right? Because he thought he could go to the listing agent and have a better deal, and he did. So again, it was something that wasn't done with integrity. And this person, you need to have integrity, right? You have to, your ultimate goal is to take care of your client, not fill your wallet.
Yeah.
That comes. But the ultimate thing is to take care of your client, make sure they get a good deal, make sure they're satisfied, make sure they have the understanding that they're not in the dark. And so again, I want to stress all that. Be a person of integrity. Okay, so what questions do you have for me regarding any of this stuff and some of the tools?
Yeah, I have a question. The qualified that offers, before you can accept it or work with the buyer, you want to qualify the buyer. Do you have that training about?
We're gonna start that next week.
Oh.
So we'll start with
Qualify the buyer,
next week. We'll start working with how to work with the buyer, and we're gonna go through everything.
yeah,
We're gonna what you do first, how to get them qualified, how to make sure. Yeah, that's we're gonna go through that.
I waste so many times back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, the biggest thing is the things have changed, and with the way the forms and the documents are now, it's actually a good thing, because people have to be more accountable. And so it's even on the other side, even your clients have to be more accountable to you. It has to be a relationship.
Yeah.
And so it has to be a
They
mutual.
will use you, abuse you.
Yeah. So they've eliminated some of that with the new rules. It's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
The one thing let me just say about the lawsuit is the big lawsuit was because the communication that the agent gave was incorrect.
Yes.
He incorrectly communicated how the transaction's gonna work. So I'll just kind of go over it real quick and this is about integrity and about knowing what you're doing, right? The agent, this is back in the day, told this, it was a listing agent, told the seller of the property, said, hey, you're gonna pay me this commission, and you also have to pay the buyer's agent commission.
really?
Okay, that's basically how the conversation, and so what the lawsuit, he closed the transaction, which I still don't get this, is why didn't the seller just go get another agent? But I didn't like but the lawsuit was based on the fact he said he didn't give me a chance to negotiate anything, and I was forced to pay these fees. It was the whole basis of the lawsuit. And so the judge said, yeah. Okay, unfortunately. They didn't, I don't know why they didn't throw it. As a judge, I think you should have said, you could have gone and got another agent. There's plenty of them out there. But again, because the nature of it, so now it's instead of him saying, is the way he worded it, is the way he forced it, right? So here's the thing is, this, he should explain it this way, and it was different then. So I'm explaining it the old way, and we'll get into the new way. Is, hey, this is what I charge. So I charge whatever he's gonna charge. So say 4%. So I charge 4%. And just to let you know, Mr. Seller, because to get your property in front of as many people as possible and to have other exposure to other agents that have qualified buyers that are ready to buy a house, I'm going to share my commission with the buyer's agent. That's how he should have explained it.
Yeah.
Right? And we wouldn't have had this problem. So they're again doing things correctly versus just doing something, right? And just forcing, just sign it. Yeah, it says 4%. You're gonna pay the buyer. I can see how that happens, right? How that lawsuit, the
I never heard such force, the force, yeah, that's maybe,
yeah. So the way he described it and the way he presented it to the seller created a huge lawsuit that affected the whole industry. That changed the whole industry, not for a positive. Some of it's positive, but most of it's not positive, right? So it changed the way the industry. You can imagine that just one seller, one mistake, one bad conversation, one wrong conversation changed the whole thing.
yeah.
And that's something we want to avoid, right? A lot of people want to they want to do things, cut corners and do things the wrong way. Eventually that comes back to get you. Eventually, what do they call it? Either whether you karma or what goes around comes around, right? You've heard that. What if you try to do cut corners and you try to eventually that comes back to bite you. Eventually. You may get away with it for a while, maybe for years, but eventually you'll get
Only need one time.
right. You only need one person, one agent to get mad at you and rat you out or call or do something, or one client to not be happy about the way you worded something or you did something. I mean, because you're not doing things with integrity. That's all you need is one. And the other person, you may not even realize that, right? That other person's offended by that. They might just put on a straight face, and then 3 days later you're getting a call. Yeah, so
But even you win or lose, in the case, you still cost you money.
right. You never want to spend time in court or having to deal with that. It's just not something you want to do. You want to focus on your real estate. So real estate is fun, it's exciting, it's rewarding, but it's also a challenge. And it's going to test your resolve, it's going to test your integrity. And if you can just have the thing, I'm going to do things with excellence in anything you do, right? If you do it with excellence, you're generally end up successful. I think that's the biggest thing is in all the things that we talked about, how to market, how to do it with excellence. Don't just throw something out there. Do it with excellence. Think about it. Plan, prepare. Have a plan. So as an agent, you need to have a plan, especially a new agent, because you hopefully your family and friends will send some people your way, and you can start with them. But to build a long, continuous, successful, prosperous career in this business, you have to have a plan. You have to follow the steps. It's important. After a while, even when you start having success and you start having clients, you got to continue the things that you did to get there. Right? Right? So very important that you come up with your plan and work your plan. Your plan is your goal. What is your goal? So if you haven't written your goal down, that's your assignment, is write your goal down. Write your goal down. Yes.
You mentioned earlier about open house sign.
Yeah.
Vista, I've done with Vista before, but I forgot what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the information,
I don't have, you can just Google it online.
Vista.
Vista print.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
They
find them online.
done my sign before, but I forgot.
Yeah, you just Google them, you can find them. Yeah, just type in Vista print. Sure, it'll come up. Yeah, they're pretty popular. They also do business cards. So you can get those done. So, again, your assignment is to, if you haven't already, write your goal down for the rest of the year. What do you want to do the rest of the year? And secondly, would be to start your database, whether it be Excel spreadsheet. If you don't have Excel, you can go to Google because you have a Gmail now. Everybody's created a Gmail already. So you can you click on the little icon that's got like 12 little dots. Click on that and you can it'll pull up all the Google apps for you. So Google Sheets is what it's called for Excel. You've got Presenter, what we're using here. So again, go in and start a database.
Chat GPT you mentioned last week.
GPT, you can download that and it'll help you create. I wouldn't use it to create a database. You can just do an Excel. If you're going to do marketing, I would use that for marketing. Write up a marketing thing. and put it on like a Word document. And then download it in ChatGPT and say, fix this and make this, or just copy and paste words in there into it and say, make this, create a marketing piece for Facebook or LinkedIn, whatever you're doing, and it'll do it for you. And then you can still alter it and change it. So
Do you use Microsoft
Office,
Office?
I do, yes.
I do. Yeah. You do
Like-
have the free one that Microsoft?
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying, go to Google.
Okay.
Google, if you go to Google Sheet, you can go to where you go when your Gmail, there's a little icon in the top right hand corner. It's got like 12 little dots. It's in a square.
Okay.
And that you click on that and it'll take you to the equivalent of Google to Microsoft Office. So Excel would be Google Sheets. PowerPoint is presenter. I forgot what Bobby, you know what the Word document, like the Microsoft Word, what that's called in or the Word document, but so you can use that for free. Doesn't cost you anything.
I don't see a 12 document. Look, that easy.
I'll show you later. So yeah, it's a little bit harder on the phone.
But the chat
Oh,
Yeah.
GPT
Yeah.
take one class.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell for 5 minutes. You take
Yeah.
a class.
Yeah.
We will have class.
I mean, we have some videos. If you we do have some videos for specifically using ChatGPT for real estate. Ask Bobby or Anna up front for the video. We had a person from OCAR come out and teach that. So educate yourself as much as possible.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is we do have some videos that we've done before. We've had OCAR come out and teach several classes, so you can take a look at those. And go and revisit those and watch those. I highly suggest that. In your beginning stages, learn as much as you can. Because eventually you're gonna get to the point, because you're such a good marketer, and you're such a good salesperson, you're gonna be so busy, you're not gonna have time as much to listen to and learn. So listen to stuff in your car when you're driving, instead of talking on the phone. It's, take time to set time aside to teach yourself or to learn. If you stop learning, you stop growing. Right? So you can't get any better. I've been in mortgage industry for 20 years and I'm still learning new stuff all the time.
I'm still looking.
I've been in real estate 9 years. I'm still learning stuff all the time. Right? So there's always challenges.
Still learning.
I'm amazed. Yes, I'm amazed at how even in mortgages where I think, man, I've seen just about every possible thing that a person can do to mess up their thing. And they keep coming up with new stuff. So it's always a challenge, always unique. But again, being here, lunch with Mindy is important that you come to the training as much as you can. Watch the training online. Again, Bobby or Anna can help you with that. So with that being said, does anybody have any other questions for me? No, we're good. Okay. All right. Caitlin, you have anything? Okay. Well, again, thank you for attending week 2. Next week, we're going to get really into a lot of the nuts and bolts on how to actually do the job itself. So be prepared for that. We'll start out with, I think it'll be the second. We're going to probably do 4 weeks on working with a buyer. The second week we'll probably still have to see how it goes, but we'll actually going to write a contract up here on the board. We'll go through it line by line. We'll go through some of the new documents that are required. We'll go through that line by line as well. You're more than welcome to bring your laptop if you have your CRLMS login, so you can do it on because some people learn better if they do it. Anything that we're sharing with you, you got to practice.
Yeah.
You got to practice, right? You got to do it. You can't just hear it. You got to go do it. So again, your database, your all the stuff we talked about, do that. Your goal, get that out of the way so that when you get into the next step of this, that you're ready to go. You're ready to go. So, okay. We'll see you again. We'll see you again next week. Thank you to everybody online for coming in. And again, next week we will be starting on how to work with buyer. Okay.
Steve, can I ask you a quick question? Let's say if I have a list and I have an offer come in, do you or do you have any assistant that can review